Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are once again watching Astroteric TV. I will be your one and only host, the Astro Guru, and it would not be Astroteric TV without the Gra. Now, here we are today with the Todd, the topic of discussion. January 20th, Saturday. It's about 11:40. The topic of discussion is you gotta love them through it. Yep. Had a little food back there. But anyway, you gotta love them through it. Gotta love them through it. You know what I mean by that. Now, if you don't, I'll explain. There are going to be situations, because it's actually not the person, it's the situation and our tie to our differences that creates the situation. But it's the situation that you really need to be mad at, not the person. It's the situation. The situation is what's got you disgruntled. It's the situation that's got you mad at the person because you can't get what you want out the situation. But if you actually love that person, because otherwise, why would you even be involved with the person to have a situation? You understand? So, unless you just like dating and hanging out with and befriending people that you don't like, which I know people that do that, but it's weird. It's giving weird energy. Like, it's giving go heal, go figure yourself out. So, if you actually, like to enjoy and endure this group of people or these places that you frequent, when there is a situation, you want to get over the situation or past the situation. But it's an obstacle. So can't just go around over and under and about the situation. Sometimes you got to go through the situation. Now, with that being said, self-love is highly important because, give me a second, 1 second. All right, we're back. Because I was not about to keep licking my lips. And the more I licked them, the drier it was going to get. So, now, you got the situation. You got to go through the situation. That's where we was at. So now, as you're going through the situation, you got to love them through it. You got to love them through it. As a parent, as a spouse, as a friend, whatever this person might be going through, whatever this person might be doing, we quick to cut people off, but don't ask me what scripture to be exact, because if I tried to tell you, I would definitely be lying. But the Bible even says Jesus may have disagreed with his family, but he didn't disown them. You understand? He didn't disown them. So you don't want to just cut people off. I know it might seem like the easy thing to do sometimes. I know it might seem like your go-to move, like it's your specialty, but no, it's really the devil's specialty, which is how you put yourself in exile. You become isolated. It's much better when you do it by choice, when you go and be by yourself by choice. But when you force it upon yourself, it just creates more pain. So you got to love them through it. It's just you got to love them through it. They will do things that you will not like. They will make mistakes. We all will. But you got to love them through it. That's just that. You got to love them through it. If love is the goal, If you actually plan on, say, living like Christ or being Christ-like, if you practice Buddhism and like you want to follow in the steps of Buddha and like um the Dhammapada, like if these are the things that you want to do as a person, if these things intrigue and interest you, that is most likely why, because they're supposed to teach you something. Like, I got a whole nother video later. We'll talk about these other things later. But yeah, you gotta love them through it. You just gotta love them through it. So you might be Christian, they might be Muslim. Guess what? You gotta love them through it. If you really love that person, you gotta love them through it. It's the only thing that makes sense. This person is committing crimes, and you know that they're better than, at heart, you know that person is better than what they're doing. No matter how much you want to talk them out of the things they do, they have their own journey and they have to learn their own lessons. But you gotta love them through it. No matter where life takes the person, if you really love them, you gotta love them through it. And it's the hardest thing to do sometimes, because you might want to put hands on the person. You might want to call authorities on this person. You might want to do all kinds of things, but nah, you gotta love them through it. Or if it's that, detrimental to your life and your health, then that's when you remove yourself. You just remove yourself. Because it's not you making the choice for this person to do these things. It's not like you telling them to do it. So you don't have a stake in that game. Like, you don't have a dog in that race. What you do have is love for that person. And Satan will try to get you to love nobody but yourself, because it's the ultimate selfishness. But he will bring you a foul aura with it, because it'll have you mad at everyone else, not searching for peace, not getting the devil out of you. You're bringing him more into you. The more people you like, oh, I'm not hanging around this person, I don't like that person. You're just becoming more judgmental and cynical. Believe me, I've done it. And then been mad when I was all by myself, like, well, I don't got no friends, I don't got no family. Because you're going around stirring the pot everywhere you go. I just didn't even know it. But it was part of the journey. So thank you to the people that have loved me through it, wherever they may be. Because as far as y'all know, I'm always by myself. But sometimes I'll be around people. Obviously, I have to hang around people at some point. And as the journey, as the journey goes on, you're going to find more and more people that are like you. People that are easier to love through it, because they won't take you through so much. The people will actually be, everybody riding with you isn't riding for you. Yeah, that's the title. Yeah, I'm gonna use that title. Everybody riding with you isn't riding for you. So run out of gas and see if they actually push. You understand? That's what the saying says. And yeah. I gotta get back to making these videos higher quality as well, because you gotta love me through it. You gotta love me through it. Right now, you gotta love me through it. At one point, y'all know I had to set up camera, light, or whatever. Like, I had the phone set up. I had the light. I had the fish behind me and everything. It was all tranquil. Not anymore. Now it's just, I don't even know why I keep rubbing my eyes. There's nothing in them or anything. But this is what I got going on right now. This is why I got the little madman hairdo. Like, this is not really my style. I used to like keep it clean. Like, whether I had, the waves or whether I had the locks. But now I'm on like some kind of mad scientist thing going on. But you gotta let me through it. You just gotta let me through it. I'm gonna clean up for y'all though. I'm not gonna keep doing this. I'm not gonna keep doing this. But it's part of my self-love regimen. I had to allow all of this little, this to grow the way it did, and my hair to start growing back, and me to not really care, because I had to really test my self-love. I had to really test, do I care what other people think? because it's me that, we got plenty of people running around like this. They don't care. Other people love them and everything, but it's really what you sit down and think about yourself as that affects us the most. And I've definitely been a doubter. I've been a doubter of myself for quite some time. Did not really know what it was to have belief in myself. I just thought it was like you can have belief in things, in other people. Like, yeah, me having belief in myself didn't really exist. But something happened. And here we are. So, self-love. Back to that, right? Now, self-love is so important because when you take care of yourself the correct way and you love yourself, remember, you treat others the way you want to be treated. So how you treat yourself is going to reflect off the eyes of other people and things like that. When you're looking in the mirrors, you see a reflection, things like that. What that does is it moves that feeling and that thought, because remember, it said when more than two gathered, he's in the midst, right? So now, but he's all knowing and all seeing. He's always there. So that's, remember the we was talking about when you by yourself, the higher self, you're never really alone. So what happens is when you add the reflection, you got your thoughts, feelings, and then he's already there. He's in the midst. But you look in the mirror, it's almost like two people are in the room. It went from one person to two people like being in the room. So it went from individuality to duality, meaning there can be two feelings and two thoughts now because your brain naturally has that. As you have a good thought, your brain, if you say, I'm going to go to work tomorrow, your brain will say, I don't want to go to work. It's going to tell you every reason you don't want to go to work. If you say you don't want to go to work tomorrow, your brain is going to tell you in the back every reason why you need to go to work. So it keeps the balance. But you got to know it's even there to understand that you're making choices. Choices and decisions are not the same thing. Sometimes you can have a choice and you can decide not to choose. You see how that works? But you got to add that. You got to add that by bringing you to the table. So when you self-love and you bring your better self to the table, the answers that you come up with to questions will have everybody's best interest at heart. You will have already weighed the situation. If it got 5 people in it, you will have already weighed the situation for all 5 of those people to be successful in the situation. They might not have the same success, but they will all be successful in the situation because, that's the goal. Remember, we promoting love now. You want to be more loving. So you don't want to see anybody around you in pain and despair. That's not what you want to see. So you're not going to put them in despair. You're trying to take them out of despair. It's a very hard job that we have as light workers. But we do it. Sometimes we don't even do it good, but we do it. We get the job done. When you can't do anything else, you get the job done. And then we go back and learn from those times where, things got hard and crucial and what could we have done more? And the answer is normally lean more on God, Jesus Christ, Allah, whomever you pray to. Whomever you pray to. That's one thing about being spiritual. I accept all religions. Not only that, I accept anything that makes you a better human being. Because I don't know what you have in your heart and your mind. But I accept anything that you can put your belief in that'll make you a better human being. You can go invent a religion today. And I'm going to be like, shout out to them people. They found a way to go over here, build something, calm things down. Of course, everything comes with something. But in no group of people, no one person is perfect. But we ask for effort around here. That's all we ask for is effort, just to try. If I can see you genuinely trying, then I know growth is inevitable. That's just that. So when you fully love yourself, you don't even have to be fully, but when you're bent on loving yourself, adamant about loving yourself, what now happens is you can grow your aura and start loving your family members better. Then you can grow it again and start loving your friends better. And then you can grow it again and start loving strangers better. So now you have a love for the world. Although it's not yours, you are in it and not of it. But you can make it the world like where you'd like to be. Like if we all wanted to, the earth could just be blissful for everybody. But, and it pretty much is, it's just, you know, in different times and situations, you got, you know, things that happen. Some people like to fight. Some people don't. You got people that don't like to fight that know how to fight. Like you got people that like to fight that don't know how to fight. Like it's crazy. But these are the things that, you know, is God. Encompassing all parameters. I'm possible. So if it's possible, it's godly. Just for it to even exist, it had to come from God. Like it's just the situations are being handled incorrectly. The same hand that draws a pistol is the same hand that draws a picture. Till next time.